Hey guys, it's Joel and welcome back to the channel, and I'm very pleased to say that due to some slight lenience in our lockdown restrictions in the United Kingdom, I am now allowed to come out and film videos for you guys, because for me technically it class as work. Anyway, for those of you that are new to the channel and haven't seen any of my videos before, this is my 2004 BMW Z4. It's the 3-litre model with a 6-speed manual gearbox, produces around 230 brake horsepower, and some might say that this actually creates the perfect recipe for a B-road blaster. But for the longest time my Z4 has been missing something, and now I think I'm finally convinced that I found what that was. Now, you'll know from the title of this video what I was referring to when I said I think I found what this car was missing. Of course, I'm referencing the tyres. Now, with tyres, there are just so many options, so many different price points for tyres, and I think, therefore, it is just sometimes tempting, because they are something you go through fairly regularly, it is tempting to go for the budget option and skimp out, and that is previously what I have tended to do. But after taking a different attitude this time, I think it's unlikely I'll ever do that again with whatever car it is that I own. These Michelin Pilot Sport 4s, which I've got on this car, not the 4S, the 4s, so actually not the latest, they have, basically transformed this car, more so, and actually in different ways to what I expected. In honesty, from research, I did expect them to improve the car quite a lot. I expected improvements in ride, in grip, in handling, and in braking. I expected all those things. But what this car has actually done has taken me by surprise a little bit, because it has pretty much just transformed the entire characteristics of the way it drives. For example, my steering has completely changed. It is now almost a little bit lighter in feel, but the main difference that I've noticed is actually the amount of steering input you need to achieve certain angles. So where with my old tyres I'd need to maybe, go quite a lot to get around a hairpin, this is now a lot more precise and requires less input. That is something I struggled with to begin with, and actually am still slightly now because of everything going on. I haven't driven the car so much, but I'm starting to get to grips with it. It makes the car a lot more sensitive and sometimes skittish. But now that I'm getting used to it, you really notice basically just a reduction in the amount of steering input you need to achieve the same angles on a corner. The braking has definitely improved as well. I feel like I'm stopping, I wouldn't say twice as quick, but there's just more feel in the brakes as well, and it definitely improves them. And needless to say, hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate in a moment, the grip is now simply endless. Obviously, a lot of that is to do with the car, but compared to the tyres I had previously, the grip is noticeably more. You can push this car a lot further now. Corners where I might have been able to go at 35 miles an hour, I can take easily at 50. Now, before these Michelins, I had a combination of budget tyres, some old Goodyear tyres, but before that, I had what BMW recommends for this car, which is run flats. And from even the run flats to budget tyres, the difference is quite astounding in terms of all of the above. The ride quality, the grip, the braking, and now with the Michelins, that's even more so. So I do wonder why BMW recommends run flats for these cars as standard. Now, I do understand the major benefits of run flats. Oh, it still sounds good. The clue is in the name. They obviously allow you to drive the car should you get a flat tyre. You can get it home basically on a run flat. But for a car like this that most people will buy predominantly just for driving pleasure, I'm a little bit different in that this is my only car, but right now that's exactly what I'm doing, just enjoying the car. For the vast majority of people who want to do that, it is honestly a no-brainer. You cannot have the run flats. I mean, of course you can, but I'm telling you that the improvements you get from ditching the run flats far outweigh the slight convenience you have in that 1 in a million chance you get a flat tyre. I mean, I've been driving this car for 3 years and driving for, well, about 6 years now, and have been, luckily enough, never experienced a run flat. So, never experienced a run flat, never experienced a flat tyre. So, in my personal opinion, for the very small chance and the one-off chance you're going to get a flat tyre, I would rather have that risk and then have the car perform how I want every other time I drive it. I hope that sort of makes sense. Now, of course, there are other tyres out there. You don't need to get the Michelin Pilot Sport 4s. I will clarify, this video is not sponsored by Michelin. Sadly, I did try to get some tyres off them, but to no avail. So I paid for these out of my own pocket. They're around 400 quid for the full set, which is on 18-inch alloys, which is actually quite a good price. Normally that would be around 500. I got them on a special offer at Costco. But anyway, yeah, there are other options. Things such as the Eagle F1 asymmetric 5s, the Goodyear tyres. They're the latest gen. They, from reviews I've seen, are a pretty good match for these Michelins, although I've never experienced them myself. And I believe that if you have 19-inch wheels, you can go and get the Michelin Pilot Sport 4Ss, which are the latest generation of the Michelin Pilot Sport range. But for whatever car you have, even if you're not a Z4 owner like myself, I think skimping out on the rubber is one of the sort of biggest mistakes you can make. I mean, of course, there is a cost saving involved, and that is honestly why I've never sort of gone for the best tyres. But I mean, incrementally, you're looking at maybe 30, 40, 50% tops more per tyre than a budget. And I think if you're spending the money anyway, it does make total sense to spend a little bit more and get something that performs really, really well. Because especially for a car like this, which is not worth a lot of money at all, a relatively small increase in cost to the tyres honestly transformed this car. You know, it's not highly powerful, but when you get that extra grip, it just allows you to enjoy the car even more and push it more regularly. I can't tell you how good it feels though to be back out in the car and filming. It seems alien. I've sort of been filming videos in my home office or looking back at old videos. So I can't tell you how good it feels to be back out on the road now and film another video in the car. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. They're my views on this tyre. To summarise, of course, like I said at the start, it took me a little bit of time to get to grips with the new way that this car handles. But again, once you get used to it, woo, you really start to notice all of the benefits. Maybe later on in the year, when I've had these tyres for a little bit longer, I can do a sort of revisit review, but I think most of these points will stand. And needless to say, I'm very happy with the choice I made to go for these Michelin Pilot Sport 4s. So with that, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And well, I look forward to finding something else to film so I can create another excuse to come out and enjoy the car. And until then, guys, I will see you very, very soon.